Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to Team Call. Um, I hope you enjoyed your holidays and enjoyed your time with loved ones. And I know it's like that end of the year is just like that back to back to back holiday season, Thanksgiving into Christmas into New Year's. And this season was a little bit shorter with Thanksgiving being on the last week of November. I know we all felt that like week difference makes a difference. Um, but I hope that, we all were able to enjoy the holidays to the best of our ability, not letting it overwhelm us too much, remembering why that is happening and why it's there, and closing out the year with a bang and strong and lots of gratitude and just appreciation, but ready to start this new year. 2025, I personally really like this number. What about you guys? I feel like it's a magical number.
Like a quarter, we made it through like a quarter of a century.
Ooh, that's a good one. I like that.
Makes me feel old. Like, ow, I need some deep blue for my back.
Oh, yeah. I know. I'm like, I should have looked up like numerical if there's any like cool things about 2025 because I feel like there.
Yes, it is. It's a numerical number nine,
Oh,
which means like completedness. Like it's like a complete cycle kind of a thing. Like a lot of projects or things coming to an end. That's why they said like 2025 is a good year for like if you are like closing a chapter and about to start a new one, or you're like starting new things, or like getting married, or like starting a new business. It's because like that was a year that you're transitioning into something else now.
I really like that. And with the start of a new year, we do that kind of stuff anyway. So this is just like an up leveled, almost like a extra powerful type of transition that is available to us, but it's mostly up to us to take advantage of that, right? What does 2025 look like? What does it feel like? What do we want it to be? And it's up to us to kind of make that happen, no matter what challenges or obstacles get thrown our way. It's really up to us and our resilience to kind of work through that and make it through and be successful this year. So we're going to start with a few 2024 reflections. What do you, and then we'll do some 2025 goals. It's up to you how you want to type it, write it, share it. I'll leave that up to you guys. So the first question is, what do you want to leave behind in 2024? It can be feelings, it can be experiences, it can be definitely some things that pertain to your business, but even just like off the top of your head, what was the first few things that were coming to mind? And then take a few seconds to kind of think of a few other things. What do you want to leave behind in 2024?
I'll share mine. 2024, I'm leaving, and this is the things that just come to mind, top of mind, like immediately, is I am removing myself from situations, individuals, or being more mindful of what pulls down my energy and what pulls up my energy, like being mindful of those things, and then leaving behind like those things that like pull down and like are just negative and very toxic. Um, that's what comes to mind in leaving behind. And then what do I want to bring with me? I think is more of like giving myself grace. Like I don't think I give myself grace, and um I think Alexa said it in the chat, like leaving behind self negative talk. Like I do that a lot in my head. Um, and did I hit my goal for December? No.
Thank you. I attended another call that asked me, did I hit my goal in December? And I was like, oh, like I like that that was asked and it's not just like a full 2024, you know? Because then when we ask ourselves, did we hit our goal that we set for ourselves in December? That also helps us to set ourselves up for 2025 and this new month. Um, So, okay. There's something happening in the chat. That's I'm like, oh shoot, okay, I gotta read that. Alexis said she wants to leave behind saying yes to everything and getting overwhelmed. In March, you want to obtain 250 power of three. In June, maintain power of three, re-rank silver, leave behind negative self-talk. And Britt agrees. Yeah, I think those are amazing goals and reflections. A few things that I'm doing the same is leaving behind kind of, or putting up some boundaries. Um, and also just evaluating, like, not just showing up to things that I feel obligated to, not doing things that I feel obligated to, because I feel like a lot of the time I feel like there's a responsibility that I have to hold myself to, and um, I don't want that to feel overwhelming. I want it to be things that I want to say yes to because it fulfills me and not push my limit too far. Um, a couple of really great things that happened in our team business that was really fulfilling was, but not overwhelming, was bi-monthly in-person classes at my house. And so if you guys are into those types of things, like I think we should probably continue that on, starting February, then heading into, so skip March, do April, you know what I mean? And those were really small classes, but I think we can make them even bigger. And they had a lot of um, good feedback and just like results from it. For example, people that came that weren't enrolled with 100 or more, but mostly 200 PV enrollments, and they've gotten on LRP. So like 100 PV LRP a month type of customers. And that is due to, I really feel, is the connection and the education in person, in real life, our IRL, and really getting to sample, try the products, and do a DIY. So each class we did like a little bit of appetizer, poo-poos, drinks. Some of them were simpler, like the one that you and Alexis didn't come to, Britt. I had to keep it a little bit more simpler since it was just me. So I didn't make like extra drinks and I just kept a few dishes. But I was able to do samples of electrolytes, of Advantage, of VMG, and three of those customers who came got on VMG. So, and are all on LRP. Um, what else do I want to, what do I want to bring with me? Um, I want to bring just the energy of like partnership and showing up for people that meet me halfway and no longer pulling and just kind of, and then also just setting boundaries so that I think one of my biggest goals this year is to spend more time with my kids and not have a jam-packed schedule. Um, I think it's hard to sometimes say like what we have right here is enough. And we don't always need to be socializing or always need to be networking. Um, but that is just my situation because I do a lot of that. And so this year I'm like, maybe I pull back a little bit because I think sometimes you can be so much more impactful with less. So how can we make one bi-monthly class so much more impactful than doing one every week? Or you know what I'm trying to say? Or how can we do one um, networking event that's super impactful? Maybe you'll start to invite people that are in your circle or people that you want to network with to that event and also network with other people at that event. And that one event in a 3 month span has been extra impactful versus attending five in 3 months. So just kind of thinking of things like that and how I can do that with my own time. I also really love those like reels that are just like, what are you doing this weekend? And they're like, I'm enjoying my mortgage. Like, like our mortgages, our rents, like we pay so much money, our cars, right? And it's okay to stay home. It's okay to rest. It's okay to just be, to read a book, to tidy, to organize, to do nothing, to eat popcorn, like have a cheat day. And I think that doing less can also be doing more. I don't know. So that's where I feel like I'm kind of heading in 2025. And then I did write, like, where do you want to be in March, June, September, and December? And the reason I wrote that is because those are 3 month spans. If we only look at where we want to be in 6 months or in a year, sometimes we don't reach where we want to be. and then a whole 6 months have gone by. So how do we break it up into smaller increments and make sure that we get to those goals within that? And this biggest question is at the end is what do you look like and feel like in December 2025? We just ended December 2024. So we're leaving behind some things. We're bringing some things into 2025. We didn't hit our December goals, some of us. I didn't either. But like what does December 2025 look like and feel like for you, Britt? And Alexis, you as well.
I think for me, I want to end December feeling proud. I want to feel I'm gonna be frank, a little more financially free. My December 2024 was very heavy in finances because of the wedding. So I want to leave feeling the very opposite where um I I feel like in a good and I'm not to say like I'm in a bad financial position. It's just I want to feel like my my business is providing me financially and not just paying for my bill, not paying for my products. Because right now I'm at the point where it's just paying for my products, but I'd love to like take it to the black, right? So that's what I want to leave December feeling. And I also want to feel like connected. I think that's for me where I want to be more intentional in my year. Like I know you said you want to spend time with your family, and I feel that, but now I feel like I want to feel connected to other people beyond my now extended family, right? Because now my family is me and Chester, and I want to feel connected to him first and foremost, but like expand what our new family kind of looks like, like an extension of our friends. And then, I told him we need to make friends. Like we need friends. So I I think for me, I want to be end the 2025 feeling connected, feeling financial free. So like if somebody says, let's do something in December to celebrate, like my 1 year anniversary or do go out and have a Christmas party or I want to host a Christmas party, I have the ability to say yes and not feel like I'm saying no. So, yeah.
Love
And I
all.
literally want to take December off. Not like off of everything, but my goal is that once I hit December 10th, like nothing, I'm just maintaining like keeping the lights on, but not like putting out fires and like rushing to like fill everything. Like I want sustainable business that like it runs itself so I can truly be present from the 15th on to the end of the month.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think we all should be there. That's where we should be,
Yeah.
and then even just heading into the new year. And I know like this is the first Monday of the year, or yesterday was the first Monday of the year. But I would love to just like be off until my kids are back in school after winter break.
Yeah.
Happy to be here, by the way. But but yeah, like just not having to feel that type of pressure of like, I need to keep up. I need to do this for sure. But I do know that it's going to take the year to be able to be in that type of position. Like it can't just be um, December's here and I just have to give up because it's the end of the year and I want to enjoy it. Like we have to kind of do the work to set ourselves up for that. Um, and so I do think I'm the same, but the word that's coming up for me is abundance. And so that abundance of financial freedom, time freedom, like that's what I want to feel at the end of December, which could be word of the year. And so definitely think of your guys' words of the year. My last year was thrive, not survive. I don't know. I don't know if I actually achieved that, to be quite honest. Um, no, I think we thrived in different ways, especially the ways that I showed up for my kids. Um, but I definitely don't want to survive this year. I want to thrive some more. Okay, but yeah, abundance is what I'm thinking for 2025. What about you, Alexis? Brett says. Sorry, go ahead, share it.
I'm current like my personal goal is to read a book a month and not scroll, aimlessly scroll before bed or the first thing I do in the morning. So I'm currently starting off the year reading 10x, what is it called? 10x is better than 2x. And I don't have it, it's in my bag. But it's all about the idea that 10x is actually easier or is the same amount of effort than 2x. 2x is very like linear and it's just getting you to one pebble or one step in the path forward. But if you think about 10x, you'll put in just as much effort, if not more focused effort, because the vision is much greater. Um, and putting it in doTERRA terms, right? Like if you were to say, I want to get to a 1500 power of three bonus versus I want to get 10 new enrollments of like in the year, 1500 power of three bonus is very structured because there's a certain way to actually achieve that. Whereas 10 new enrollments in the year could be up for interpretation. And that would be like an example of a 2x growth. It's still growth, but like you could get 2 in 2 months, you could get 5 in 1 month, and then a 5 in another month. Like there's so many ways to achieve it. But if you have a very focused goal that seems bigger and seems more audacious, you actually become more focused. And then you're spending less time with spinning the wheels of how to do it and you're more focused on it. So as you're thinking about your goals, like just to stretch your brain a little bit further, because that's what the first week has done for me, is like what is actually your end goal and can that be your goal this year? And if you don't think about like the how tired it's going to be, because either way both paths are tiring, like both paths require effort on some level. But if you think about what's the tactical points to get to your 10x goal, is it truly more than like work wise than if you were to put a 2x goal? It's actually just about the same. If not, it's less work because you're not spinning your wheel. So, yeah, that's the book I'm reading and some thoughts for your year.
Love it. Yeah, I was like your example of like 10 enrollments in a year versus Power of Three 1500. Feel like it's the same amount of work or like, but 1500 is not more achievable, but it like has more impact because your financial income, the income is $1,500 versus 10 enrollments. It might not even be 100 PV enrollments, and they might not get an LRP if that's the type of goal that you set, right? So
Right.
love that. Thank you for sharing that. My gosh. Okay. Any last things? 2024 reflections into 2025 goals. All right. So we do have our January promos. We've talked about this in the last few months, noticing how doTERRA is starting to keep things a lot more simple, like the product launch, right? I feel like that's like the biggest takeaway that you mentioned, Britt, was how doTERRA didn't release a whole bunch of like brand new products and like all these oils. Like they really focused in on what could be the most impactful for our wellness advocates and our wholesale customers. And that was VMG and then a couple other things. But January promo is very, very, very simple. So 10% off ginger. We all use this oil, very much so. Is it easy to talk about? No? Okay.
I don't find it easy to talk about.
Okay. I can share a little bit about how I use ginger. I think my favorite time to use it was when I was pregnant. And that was when I would just like have those burps constantly, the acid reflux, and it really sucked. And so I just put a drop in my mouth and I'd suck on it. Or I'd put a little bit on my tummy, but ginger is probably one of my favorites. Also for car sickness, nausea, I like the taste of ginger versus a taste of Digest Zen. So I'll put a drop in my mouth and just have it in my mouth. And I actually prefer it over the drops because I do feel like it's a little bit more impactful and powerful for myself. Um, I do add it into soup, like, you have your bowl of soup and then I'll just do a drop of ginger. And that way it kind of just like adds that digestive support in there as a way to take it internally. And then sometimes I do diffuse it just because I actually really like the smell. So you can use any or all of those examples. You can also see what else maybe is talked about on Empowered Success podcasts, Essential Oil Solutions podcasts, or any of the blogs that doTERRA has for ginger, and kind of like experiment a little bit or use other people's testimonies. You can save 10% off for ginger this month. It's great for digestive support, energizing aroma, joint health support, and mood upliftment. I did not know that you could use ginger to uplift your mood, so that's something new that I just learned. And then I like this, joint health support. That could be a good one and important. Digestin. Do you feel like that one's easy to talk about? Yeah. How would you share that one, Britt?
Digestion is great for all things in terms of like digestion and like soothing, not only upset stomachs, but I find it very effective for also muscles. If you can't reach deep blue, digestion actually has found to be very useful for me, and I use it for my cramps. So, digestion is the power of like peppermint and those mint oils, but also with like the fennel and the doesn't it have ginger in it? The
Yeah.
kind of soothing for your stomach. So that's the first immediate one. So it's really good in like internally and also topically to soothe upset stomach. Like that's the first thing that I think of. The second thing is like if you ate something that maybe is not sitting well or it starts that acid reflux, that's what I use it for. It's very more comforting for that time of the month because sometimes Clary Calm is out and I don't have it. So this would be a great alternative. And then the biggest one for me is like motion sickness. I have found that to be super, super helpful with like flying, which is like wintertime is like the worst turbulence for the northern hemisphere. So that's what I use it for. Um, and then as we kind of gear up for those seasonal threats, digestion is one to start to have in your like top 10 oils and make sure you have it stocked because it's also great for congestion in your like sinus area as well too, especially right now with the fog. That's had been helping me a lot with like head congestion because of that. So yeah.
Thank you for that reminder. I just had a customer ask about oils for fog, and the only thing I suggested was deeply inhale,
RX.
breathe.
Oh,
I didn't even suggest Airx because I should use Airx a little bit more. I said deeply inhaling, breathe, and then diffusing peppermint, lavender, lemon as a natural antihistamine and air cleanser. But I
mm,
should suggest Airx more, and then just the digestion right here. You're right.
yeah,
With
right over
that.
here on your sinuses. And then another one for the fog that helped me actually, I did it right before we started the call was Aroma Touch on my chest.
Okay. I love it. Thank you so much. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
mental note. I better not forget that. Okay, so thank you for sharing. We can get Digestin for free. What if we place a 125 PV LRP order on or before the 15th? If we have all of our customers placing 125 PV LRP orders by the 15th, they're also getting points back because they reached 50 PV. 50 PV also gives discounted shipping. 100 PV gives free shipping. 125 gives you free shipping points back and the free product of the month. What's so great about Ginger and Digestion is they do have their own product line. So, like, if someone tries Ginger and likes it, they'll also be more open to trying Ginger drops. If someone likes Digest Zen, they'll be more open to trying the rest of the collection. And the Digest Zen collection has a really great um, product offering. And so, when someone tries this oil and likes it, they'll know that it's impactful and it does help them. And then they're more open to the rest of the collection as well. Okay. And then pomegranate cherry, Metapower Advantage flavor. We all love this one. I know. Love it so much. I don't really like it mixed with anything else, so I like it by itself. But if I want to mix, then I do like the lemon orange one just because it can mix with like fiber, because that's like a lemon or like a lemon ginger flavor. And then, it just mixes a little bit better. But by itself, pomegranate cherry is so amazing. Um, so doTERRA heard us and they made it a permanent flavor. Yay! Thank the Lord. Here's a little bit more information on ginger. You can screenshot it if you'd like. Just a few tips. You can use it for digestion. You can make your own tea. Um, oh yeah, don't forget that. like hot water, honey, and a drop of ginger. Why didn't we think of that earlier? Why haven't I done that sooner? You can use it for massage, muscle discomfort, invigorate your senses, and even put on your chest. Okay, here's a fun DIY vanilla scrub. Love it. Digest Zen, here's a few more tips on that. And a DIY Digest Zen massage oil. Our rewards got a little bit of an uplift. When I read this, honestly, I was like, okay, what's the difference? But but there is a little bit of a boost. And like doTERRA, we know they're the most generous wellness company. The fact that we get 25% off and then we do points back to get free products and discounted or free shipping and um a free oil of the month or free product of the month. Amazing, huge, right? So even more so, what's staying? Reduce shipping rates, product of the month, rewards points. Now, if you are currently a on LRP and you are a VIP, you are a VIP customer. Okay. If you process your LRP of 100 PV in February and you're at least a 30, who's a 30% level? Yay! Where can I get a VIP gift next month? And then one thing that I really do like is the planner. So we can plan our orders 3 months and not keep the same thing going. Because sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just going to get this much this month. And then I want to get this so and so next month. Or I know I'm going to run out for next month. So I want to add this to my LRP for next month. So there is a planner for 3 months. And then we get to receive early access to select products and LTOs. So excited about that. Who's excited? Um, and then if you are a customer that goes on LRP for the first time and place at least 100 PV order, you will get this sample sachet, which I think is amazing because it's not just oils, especially like 10 oils. It's 2 oils, Adaptive and Serenity, plus a PB Assist sachet, a On Guard toothpaste, a MetaPower Recharge, wild strawberry, and a deep blue rub. Like this is amazing little reward like sample thing, right? They will also receive access to select products and LTOs, and then they'll get a VIP gift when they reach 30%. Okay. Ooh, and we get a sticker. Okay, love it. So basically our rewards, we just got a little bit of a boost. Same rewards, just even better. I did I send a video? Did you guys see this video? How do I do this? 1 second. Okay. Did everybody see this video?
Of the doTERRA Loyalty Rewards program for years, but with even greater flexibility and convenience. This feature improves flexibility around your monthly ordering, making it easier than ever to manage your wellness routine. Now you can conveniently plan future orders and manage 1 to 3 months ahead each time you log in. Whether you prefer to set it and forget it or frequently update your orders, the new subscription feature can accommodate your needs. Let's say you place a loyalty order for MetaPower Assist, Clove, and Lemon. You're using MetaPower Assist every day, so you set this product to be delivered monthly to make sure you don't run out. You've been hearing great things about Clove and want to try it, but you don't think you'll need a bottle every month. So you adjust the cadence of that product to match your needs, one-time delivery only. And you love lemon, but you don't need more right now. You can simply skip lemon for 1 month, but add it to the following month's order. If you never edit your orders, no worries. Your orders will continue as planned. But if you like to tweak your orders or want to maximize your loyalty points opportunity on promotions and limited time offers, this new feature is great news for you.
Yay! Okay. So I'm going to share the link in the comments in the chat because this is something that you can share with your customers. So I love that doTERRA created that for us. And it's not too long. It's like 1 minute, 38 seconds. And it just kind of explains the planner tool. Okay. Awesome. Have you guys played around with that? I didn't know that you could do monthly or one time for the products in your actual cart. I was just editing it every month. Okay, awesome. I do want to highlight something that you can talk about in the new year and something that I will be talking about in the new year. And that's wellness in 2025. Starting a new year, it just gives a really great opportunity and a conversation starter to help people really start to use their supplements and try something new, but also maybe just get consistent with using their supplements because some people they do take VMG because we released that in November, right? Some people they're taking LLV and they didn't make the switch quite yet, or maybe they just switched last month. Some people are out there and they need to hear from us and learn from us and see us take these supplements because they can see how easy it is, the quality of it, the taste that we enjoy the taste of it. And so um utilizing this like new year wellness can be huge for our health, but also all of our customers' health, and then overall our businesses and the solidity of our businesses as we head into the new year. Um, so I think there's so many other things that you can do around this, right? You can talk about exercise, you can talk about sleep, you can talk about um, just your whole routine around these different wellness lifestyle routine, like pyramid parts of doTERRA's pyramid, right? And so I would really, one great thing about doTERRA is that you don't have to follow script. You don't have to do before and after photos. You don't have to, like, you're not a carbon copy of every other wellness advocate out there. You are you. You get to decide what you're going to speak on, what you want to share, what's relevant to you, right? You can also use doTERRA and your platform and your business to be inspiring, to inspire others, whether that be career women, flight attendants, new moms, seasoned moms, someone struggling with a certain health, right? Health issue. And so I think as we step into 2025, as you align your goals and your action plan, align who your target market is and the topics that you want to speak about and the products that you want to share about. Okay. So I will be focusing on supplements. And one thing that I will be focusing on, you can do the same, is a foundational wellness bundle and asking my customers to order this on LRP. I also want to highlight that when they order on LRP, they also get to add on up to 3 more supplements on discount. Even just this set is huge and beneficial. I also like the power packs. And if we want to add on, I definitely add on the Advantage as part of my daily routine, right? I think the fact that this is customizable makes it really attractive to our customers as well. The other thing I'm pushing would be the starter kits. So you can do the VMG bundle with the Family Essentials kit or the Natural Solutions kit and overhaul your lifestyle. And then I did talk about this last month, but I want to highlight it one more time. If you have customers on LLV, you can convert them to VMG. Or if you have customers who aren't taking any vitamins, help them get LLV or VMG. But I also want you to look at the price difference as well as the PV totals. I have a lot of customers who have a hard time swallowing pills, and I had them watch videos to take their LLV, and they've still, they're very excited that there is a drinkable option. And so some of my customers have switched to VMG. Is VMG better than LLV? Scientifically, with all the research, yes. And it's a lot more bioavailable. Is LLV no longer a good product? No, LLV is an amazing product. So I think it comes down to preference, especially with the way that you decide to take it. Do you want to take pills? Do you want to take a drinkable vitamin? And then just know that the difference between LLV and VMG is LLV has cell support, omegas, and your A to Z vitamins. VMG has vitamins, minerals, greens, the cell support, and no omegas. So you have to take the omegas on the side. But the sourcing and the quality of the omegas is a little different than the one that's in LLV. So one question that I asked at Fall Tour was, should I be switching my kids from the kids chewable vitamin with the omega to VMG and the E Omega Plus. And Dr. Watts said yes. Did I switch my kids to that? No, because they're not ready for that. They like the chewable vitamin, they like the syrup, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So the fact that we have both options and both delivery methods is great. And the fact that we have two amazing products, an amazing way to take supplements is amazing. But if you look at the LLV, it's $88 wholesale and 65 PV. If you look at VMG, it's $89.50 and 80 PV, which is a big difference in PV for not just your customer, but also for you as a business owner. And then LLV with greens, right? Because LLV doesn't have greens the way that VMG does. 125.50, 90 PV. If you get the VMG EO bundle, which is your foundational wellness bundle, right? You're getting, it's 125 and it's 100 PV. And if all of your customers are doing at least this, everyone's ordering 100 PV, they're getting their free shipping, they're getting points back. And what does that set you up for in your business? You guys know? If all of your customers are ordering 100 PV on LRP, what does that set you guys? Power of 3. So just something to think about. And also, like, we know these products and these supplements are amazing. So of course we want to get our customers on all of this, especially in the new year, starting off right? And so just knowing that this and our power of 3 goals, even the solidity of our businesses and helping our customers get all their perks and their rewards and their shipping free. If they order the VMG EO bundle, they're ordering 100 PV on LRP every single month. That helps them and that also helps your business. Okay, awesome. All right, did you guys have something? Oh my gosh, I can't, the chat.
Yes. Hi, Ash. I wanted to see if you had long-term insight to whether doTERRA is going to maintain offering both Lifelong Vitality and VMG, or is the plan to phase out to VMG only?
From what we know, I mean, I'm pretty sure Britt was probably at the same thing. Like they're not getting rid of LLV. But as far as like long term, I don't know, like 10 years from now. That I don't know. When I go to Founders Retreat, I can ask. But I'm pretty sure the plan was to keep both because they're different, they're different delivery systems and not everyone's going to want a drinkable vitamin. But one thing that I'm wondering is if they're going to phase out greens.
Yeah, because that is the way that I get my fruits and veg, or most of my fruits and veggies. I was just talking to Britt in the chat. I think when I had merged to VMG Plus, for the way that I function in the morning, my schedule throughout the day, it was easier for me to just have my supplements and be able to just throw it back with some, water or juice and whatnot. And I don't know, switching, I think, was a big deal. It was just something that didn't work out for us. So I ended up switching us back to Lifelong Vitality. But that's with the caveat that greens stays.
Yeah. It definitely changes the system. Like I already had a very, very strict routine. And every day my routine's a little different with VMG because it just kind of depends how I feel. And I just keep it on the counter. So I do take it, but I take it at different times of day. I take it in different ways. Like sometimes I mix it with my vanilla protein and I'm leaving the house. And some days I'm mixing it after I eat lunch with Advantage. And then other times I'm like, I need fiber. And the taste of fiber, the flavor of fiber is similar to Advantage. So I'll mix those two together and do VMG on the side as a shot. Or I'll do, so it's like I'm doing it as a drink, I'm doing it with protein, I'm doing it as a shot, but I'm taking it. And I think just me knowing that the greens are in there, plus the bioavailability and all that, I'm like, and the omegas are better taken separately, the VMG and the EO Mega Plus, I'm like, okay, it's worth it for me to figure this out and take it different and challenge myself and the way that I was like so strict in that past routine. But I do think LLV is still great. And I question switching back all the time. I will ask about LLV phasing out and then the greens phasing out.
Thank you.
Did you guys understand this part though about the price and the PV? Like, see this? LLV is 88 PV, $88 and PV is 65. VMG is 89, so a $1.50 difference, but the PV is 80.
Do you remember when we had released, oh gosh, the I'm having a brain fart. Sometimes I feel like there's nothing in my brain. We released the product and the electrolytes, and we compared it to the electrolytes from other companies. Do we have some sort of chart that shows what items or what nutritional things are inside of Lifelong Vitality VMG compared to other competitors? For example, like a lot of my Girly Pop customers are at Target, so they see Bloom, they see all of these different things that are half the price. Hi.
Is Bloom half the price?
I think it's like the version that I saw was a smaller size, and I think it was like 50.
Okay. But no, they don't have comp charts, and I'm like writing in the Diamond Facebook, like we need comp charts. But I think we can also do that ourselves. I know it's a little bit more work, but we can kind of look it up and compare. One thing that I did do when I went to Target and I looked at seed, I was like seed because it's just right there to buy, right? It is like the price is comparable in a good way to doTERRA's, and doTERRA's PB Restore is much better than seed. So that was kind of cool to just see on my own. But I think one thing you can compare VMG to would be AG1. Melody Brandon did a video on that, and just the taste by itself was way better, VMG versus AG1. And that right there kind of sold them. But the nutrients and stuff, I feel like we should pull that up and kind of compare that, as well as maybe just the difference between LLV and VMG. But I am asking for them to give us comp charts, even the electrolyte one. Like, it's not available in the DMK. It was only like on its main page for a little while, I think. But the comp charts that are available is PB Restore. And do you guys know the other one? Can't remember. There's a couple that's available, but we want a couple more. So
I think Charge is available.
what
There's the MetaPower Recharge did a side by side for that one too.
Oh, okay. Well, yes. So we want more comp charts. Got it. All right. Anything else for LLV VMG? You guys might want to screenshot that. It's just, and then do you see this price? LLV plus greens, 125.50, 90.5 PV. VMG EO bundle is 125, 100 PV. So that PV is just like huge, for not just the customer, but for us as well. And like, even if someone doesn't want to switch from LLV to VMG, how many of your customers percentage-wise are taking our supplements? Not everyone, and they're not buying it every single month. So this is a really great goal to get any and all of our customers on LLV or VMG. Okay. A few questions for you guys heading into 2025. How are you keeping track of your customers? How are you nourishing them each month? What do you do to keep consistent in your business? And what do you do when you want to be in a growth season? And these are good questions just to kind of like make sure we are keeping our businesses going. And I use the word nourishing, not supporting, because sometimes I think it's easy to kind of like throw information out or just like throw this promo out versus sharing maybe ways to clean your diffuser, ways to support your detox, like nourishing. And I think that would be a really good word to head into 2025 with. Yeah. But I want everyone to really look at these questions and figure out how that is going in your business. Because no matter what season we're in order to keep our in order to keep our businesses solid, and we need to be consistent, right? So how are we keeping track of our customers? How are we nourishing them each month? And what are we doing in our business in different areas to stay consistent? And then when we want to grow, then we're adding on to that or multiplying the amount of work that we're doing in our business, right? Do you guys want to share how you are keeping your ranks and your OVs and your power of threes solid? At least at the same level and consistent? Anybody?
I feel like I don't do this well. This is like my weakness. I don't do well in keeping track of my customers. I don't do well in like nourishing them. I think that's a great word. I just don't think I do it very well. Um, I think the one thing that I do to keep consistent is like look at my back office. Like run my reports, use the dashboards, use the trackers, to kind of keep an eye on things and like know where I'm at, know, how far I am to my goal or how close I am to here, like look month over month. That's like been what I've been doing consistently. But I think what I need to do to be in a growth season is actually do the first two things. Like find a system and keep to it. Like in COVID, I think I was very like system card happy. That's what I call it, where I'm like shopping and adding everything to my cart. And I'm like, I'll try this system and I'll try this system and boards. And somebody's using Trello and then somebody's using Asana and somebody's using this and a Streak and CRM. And I think I just got overwhelmed with all of them. And I'm just like, okay, but what? And I don't maintain any of them. So I think it's just finding one and sticking with it for the year, and then finding ways to nourish them. So yeah, I think it's one thing to spit out an email, but it's another thing to like pick up the phone and actually feel like you're filling their cup and not just putting another banner in their face of like, don't forget, you get this coming up, like don't forget, here's your 100 PV promo. But yeah, like giving them a little bit more than just an FYI. Yeah.
I keep track of my customers in my little Shelly May book. I I think that came from my luxury and retail roots. I have you're taught in clienteling to have a notebook, and a spread for each customer where you list your golden nuggets, the things that brought them to your brand, the things that brought them to doTERRA. Um, for me, they initially were products, and eventually, as I started to get to know each customer, they started to turn into overall focuses and pillars of health. Um, and that's how I nourish them. So every time I see something, or every time, doTERRA has, spoken about something, on social media or through an email, I'm forwarding it, on Instagram. I'm sending it to them via text message. I'm sending it to them, social media platforms, whatever, to let them know that I'm thinking about them and thinking about what they shared with me were their priorities. The bottom two are actually, I'm opposite of Britt. What do you do to keep consistency in your business? I don't feel like I've been very consistent in my business. I feel like I've relied a lot on Ashley to be able to remind me when things are due, to remind me of deadlines. And I think that's attached to my goals this year of finding a better balance, accepting help, and I think most importantly, kind of like saying no to things that aren't, that maybe compete with my priorities, or even saying no to things that don't, directly contribute to that. I have not been in a growth season, since my third trimester of pregnancy. It was really tough. And then to go into, being a mom, like, what is time? I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Sometimes, I know you guys may relate with this, is I don't even know if I've showered. So, I do envision myself being in a growth season at some point this year, but I'm still in the planning phases. And I think this is the most realistic I've ever been about kind of what my strategy is for the year. Um, and picking and choosing things that I know are going to give me the biggest bang for my buck. So I think the first two, I just, I don't know, I guess I just am a pen to paper kind of person. And then at the bottom, I've got to really figure it out.
I just wanted to thank you guys for being open and vulnerable and honest and just like real with us. But obviously, like this is recorded, so other people will be able to see this as well. And I think it's Britt's like, oh great. But I think it's inspiring, to be like see where we're at and like that we're still here. Also, how many years have we been here and never given up and never strayed away from like why we're here and the products and our businesses, and we've just had higher and lower seasons and times where we have grown and times where we just want to keep our businesses afloat, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that is like a beautiful part of having a doTERRA business like this. And so again, I just want to say thank you for sharing. And so I was hoping that with questions like this, it can just get our gears turning as we head into 2025. Something that I feel like is a good goal to aim for is to not let our customers drop as far as like how active they are, not let their LRPs drop, not let our retention drop, and not let our OVs drop. Ranks, power of threes, right? And I think that is even a really good goal to have because it takes work to keep that consistent. Then if we have higher goals of hitting our, a bigger power of three, a higher rank, then that's where we need to be pushing ourselves with the first three into heading into the fourth, right? So thank you all, including the ones who are watching the recording, for doing these questions and being open and honest with yourself. You are more than welcome to share them with me or your mentor. Okay, so I do have, what are these other ones? Okay, awesome. We do have a few things coming up. Oh, I wanted to ask. At the end of last year, I offered a bi-weekly support call just open to the entire team. Do you guys like those types of calls? Participation was pretty good. And I just think it's a good time to just offer that and have business connection. Are you guys open to a couple of those starting at the end of January?
With my first month and a half of the year, I would probably tap into those probably towards the end of February. For my schedule, I think a Wednesday or Thursday would work best for one of the days. Yeah.
Sounds good. Thank you. What about you, Britt?
Oh, I was just typing in the chat, but I think those were really, really great. I think for me, I would tap into those, especially if my schedule doesn't necessarily allow for a one-on-one mentor call. And there are moments that I feel like I'm not, or what other people are struggling with, I'm in that same kind of space, or I'm in that same boat, or it gives me inspiration to kind of move through whatever I'm working through because they're moving through whatever they can work through. So I feel like those were really, really helpful.
Thank you. Okay, so I'll probably start offering that at the end of January when I come back from my trips. Okay, Silver Club is happening very soon, March, April, May. I just wanted to shout out to Ramanita. She already did her first 2025 mentor call of the year. I know she's going to watch this recording because it's really late where she is. And her goal is to be part of Silver Club. And so I just wanted to make sure that I do highlight Silver Club and that applications are due at the end of this month. You have to have at least 2 100 PV enrollments in order to qualify to apply. And then if you do decide that you want to do Silver Club and have a growth time in your business, along with hundreds of other wellness advocates across the country, that would be 5 team enrollments, March, April, and May. And Silver Club is awesome. It's a lot of fun, and I think it's a really great time to focus in and grow your business at the same time as a bunch of other people in the company. doTERRA also gives really great enrollment promos that you don't like, they invest in you, so it's really nice. Okay, so Copylina Retreat is happening in April, pending if we have enough team members that want to do this. I was also like contemplating other times of the year, but I know summer is very, very tricky for a lot of us, especially if we have kids at home. And then heading into fall, winter, it's just kind of ridiculous as far as like trying to find a time, especially with convention coming up and budgeting for attending convention. So I do believe we chose a really great week. And Kili Ikanoi just emailed me asking me if we want to commit to these dates and put our deposits in. And so I am asking her if children are allowed, which I don't think they were, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask, and how many team members we need minimum in order to go, and then what is our maximum amount number. And then I think those of us who are going, we can plan together and start reaching out to just our customers too, and make this a really great retreat. What's amazing is we get 50% off. And so our total is $950 a person, and it's a 3-night stay and a bunch of different activities that we're going to be doing. Does anyone have any questions about this, or is open or wants Kili Ikanoi to do a Zoom call for us?
I'd be interested in a Zoom call, like a kind of a virtual brochure of what we're gonna.
Awesome. Okay, I will see when she is available, and then when she replies with the answers to the other questions, I will email all of you and let you know. I am going to Founders Retreat January 14th to 16th. Somehow I've found a way to go and got childcare for 3 days. And then Leadership Retreat is coming in March. Our team members will be attending virtually, if anything. I know kind of getting to Texas is a bit of a travel struggle. But I really hope one day when it's back on the West Coast, we can all attend in person together. March 4th through March 6th, and then convention Wednesday, September 17th to Saturday, September 20th. So please, let's do our best to all get there and be there together. It's going to be amazing. Okay. So anyone else have anything else to add before we close? I'm sharing with you guys a few words, okay? Quotes. These are quotes because it's like, I didn't write this. It's famous. Okay. One is, vision without action is just a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. Love this one. I actually saw it like 3 times today for some reason. I was like, whoa, that thing is like really coming at me. Vision without action is just a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. Okay, so for those of us who have to-do lists and really like the to-do list, Alexis, so that would be like the actions. Like if we're just doing actions without vision, we're just passing time, right? If we are visionaries, visions without actions is just a dream. So really putting those two together, that's where we're going to be really impactful. Okay, and then last one, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So please, everybody, make your goals for 2025. Put your vision together and take action towards your vision and your goals. And good luck this year. Oh my gosh, see, this is a very popular quote today. Love it. It's a good one though. Okay, thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed Team Call this month, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.